You say you want more clients, more visibility, you want to sell your offer consistently, you want to generate 10K months consistently so that you can transition into coaching full time. But every time you go to show up, you go to market your business, you go to sell, you go to share your offer, your body starts to brace as if it's in a state of survival. Your body starts to brace, your nervous system feels like it's literally in a storm, like it's about to impact and just have so much danger. It literally feels like you're about to just be in so much danger. And the reason why you're feeling like that is because there are subconscious beliefs there that are causing you to stay in a cycle of repetition. And because of that, you are actually repelling. So like when you show up to market your business, or you're on a sales call, you're speaking to a prospect, and you have this energy that's just not calm. You're not calm, you're anxious, your nervous system is just out of whack, your stomach's in a rumble, your heart's racing, and you feel anxious. That same like anxiety and nervousness, that is actually what's going to repel the very clients that you want to work with. And so in this live inside of the Daily Dose, in this episode, I'm going to actually be breaking down how I've been able to storm-proof my business model. And I'm going to showcase to you how to actually ride the storm, okay? How to ride the storm of entrepreneurship and be able to rewrite those limiting beliefs, those subconscious beliefs that are responsible for 95% of your actions. It's your subconscious mind actually controls your automatic nervous system. So when you go to show up, and you're feeling the anxiety and that same inner doubts, that frustration, whatever it is that you're feeling internally, that translates. And your clients, they can't put their fingers on it, but they know there's something off. And so they don't trust you enough because you yourself are not calm. You're not regulated. You're actually very dysregulated. And so this is why I do the work that I do as a registered nurse turned business coach. I help my clients to transition into coaching full time without chasing clients, without self-sabotaging, and without sacrificing time with their families. And so I'm so passionate about the work that I get to do because I've been there. I've been where you are. And so this is why I really want to showcase how I've been able to create a storm-proof business model. All right. And so for those of you who are not familiar, the Daily Dose is a daily episode. And dose actually stands for divine overflow of spirit-led empowerment. And I show up every day, Monday through Friday, and I encourage you, I empower you, and I equip you on your journey of entrepreneurship. All right. And so I do want to lead with this question here. Does your business cause your nervous system to feel like it's in a storm? And the reason why I bring this up is because I was just recently, I live in Miami, Florida, and I was sitting outside during a heavy storm. It was like a thunderstorm. It was really heavy. It was crazy thunder, lightning. And it reminded me, like, as I was sitting there, I was just so comforted by the storm. And it was just like it was serenading me. I was just like listening to the rain, listening to the thunder, and it was just like really calming. But 30 years ago, that wasn't the case. Like thunderstorms were traumatic to me. And the Lord just brought it to my revelation. He just brought it to my memory and just gave me this revelation like, wow, like literally 30 years ago, I was traumatized by storms. When I was 7 years old, I was in a hurricane right here in Miami. I was in a hurricane. It was Hurricane Andrew. And because of that, at the tender age of 7, I was so traumatized by storms. Every time it would thunderstorm, I went back to New York. I was visiting here in Miami, and then I went back to New York, and then I was just here for the summer. And it just so happened that one summer it was Hurricane Andrew. And so it's crazy how it's full circle. And I'm actually speaking about this and coaching about this, but God is very amazing, like the way he brings stuff back. But anyway, I say all that to say I was so traumatized by thunderstorms. Anytime I was in New York and I would hear thunder or rain, like hear thunder and see the lightning, I would be so traumatized because of my experience in this devastating hurricane that many people lost their lives. I forget what the count was, but many people lost their lives in this storm. And I remember the roof flying off. I remember like being soaked and just the house was just a mess. And I just remember that experience. And so I was literally traumatized for a few years, well, I believe. And I remember anytime I would hear the thunder, I would literally run as a little girl, run into my mom's room. My heart would be racing. I would be so afraid. I would run. I would put my head under the pillow and would just literally hide my head under the pillow so I wouldn't be able to hear the storm. And I would do that every single time it thundered and rained. And I just was so afraid. I was like, Mom, we're going to die. We're going to die. We're going to die. I was so traumatized. And so full circle, I'm now sitting out in the back, same home, sitting out in the back, and I'm just embracing the storm, loving the storm. And I just felt so calm in the storm. And the Lord from that gave me this word, on just how I've been able to truly storm-proof my business, and just use that as an analogy to really showcase like the things that used to traumatize you, the things that used to send you to run and hide and think you were going to actually die, like maybe sales calls, being visible, showing up, letting your voice be heard, being authentically you, actually being fully seen and not being afraid of the judgment, of ridicule, of rejection, and really just standing firm in who you are, who you serve, how you serve them, your values, your standards, your principles, your mission, and standing firm on that. Like, it's important to be able to be so anchored in who you are and your identity and your business that it doesn't matter what's going on around you. You are firm throughout the storm. All right. And so I want to teach you in this live how to grow your business without spiraling, right? For you to grow your business without spiraling, you must rewrite the storm. Okay, you must rewrite the storm, and STORM is an acronym. And so we're going to jump into it. So the S is subconscious reprogramming. Okay, so your body associates visibility with danger, fear of rejection, judgment, failure, instability, your fear of responsibility with the additional success that more clients, the fear of responsibility with additional client load, or the fear of success when your business does grow exceedingly and abundantly, and you're like, okay, like, how do I manage all of this? How do I maintain this? And so subconsciously, there's this underlying belief, that says, what if I can't handle it? What if I'm not, what if these people pay me and then they want a refund? Or what if my clients don't see the transformation? Or what if I fail? Like, what if I'm judged when I share my voice and share my beliefs? Like, these are the subconscious programming that has to be reprogrammed. And you must teach your mind that you are safe. And this is done through repetition. It's done through nervous system regulation. It's just so important for you to understand the importance of renewing your mind, reprogramming your mind. Imagine if I was still at my big age running, hiding every time there was a thunderstorm, every time I heard thunder. I had to do the work to reprogram my mind and teach my body and teach my mind that, no, you're safe in the storm. You're covered. You're fine. You're not going to die. You are completely fine. Right? And so this is the reprogramming that has to get done consistently. You got to tell yourself it's safe to be seen. It's safe to show up. It's safe to go live. It's safe to speak about your offer. Okay? This is how you're going to reprogram your mind. And I could go on and on and on and on about this because it's so important. Romans 12:2 tells us, do not be conformed by the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have to reprogram your subconscious mind. All right. So that's the S. We're going to jump into the T. Transformation anchored in framework. And so the way in which I am able to build a storm-proof business model is because I have a signature framework. I have a clear signature framework. I have several of them, but one main signature framework is the North Star of my business. So without a clear signature framework, you scramble. With one, you lead with confidence. And so I know that my signature framework, my CPR framework, it guides and leads my clients step by step in their journey of transitioning into coaching full time, building out their business. We start with the offer in the first module. We start with the marketing message in the second module. And then the third module is setting up the simplified sales funnel. And so literally step by step, I know that I'm building a solid foundation. I'm helping my clients to build a solid foundation. I have the blueprint, but while we're building out the blueprint, right, with this storm-proof business model, we're still doing the belief work behind it to support it. The belief system is the foundation because your belief system is the anchor. It's literally what is supporting your offer. It's what's supporting your marketing. It's like you have to believe in the message and the market and the offer that you have, right? You have to believe in your offer to be able to market it. You have to have that conviction. And so this is why we start with your signature framework. You have to have a clear transformation that you're walking your clients through so that you can lead with confidence, okay? And so we're gonna move on to the O. And the O is ongoing story selling, okay? So this is taught in module 2 of my Business by Belief Accelerator. This is it. Like for you to show up and to literally connect with your audience, it really takes a mastering the technique of story selling. Stories sell. People connect with stories. They feel the emotional connection. When you sell with stories, you're bypassing the conscious mind and you're speaking to the subconscious. All right. And so this is what actually drives the sales in your business. It's connecting. It's through storytelling, sharing that emotion. People buy with emotion and then they justify it with logic. All right. But it's important to learn and master story selling. And so we go through all of this inside of my module 2. I'm telling you, so powerful. And so stop posting random safe content and share authentic stories that connect. And I want to add in repel. I should have added in repel. You want to share stories that also repel. You're not trying to connect with everyone. Everyone is not your client. One of the things that I teach inside of module 2, inside of the Business by Belief Accelerator as well, is block clients versus best clients. You do not want to be speaking to block clients. You don't want to speak to block clients. You want to speak to your best clients, okay? And you want to connect with people who are premium buyers. You want to speak to premium buyers as well. You're not speaking to block clients who are blocked, who are lazy, aimless, and hesitant. You're speaking to your best clients. They're brilliant. They're driven. They are energetically aligned. They're already empowered. They are self-sufficient, self-led, self-reliable, and they are trustworthy. And so these are the people that you want to actually speak to. You don't want to speak to the block clients. You want to speak to your best clients. Those are the people you're talking to because those are the people who are going to convert. Those are the people who are ready to convert. All right. We're not speaking to tire kickers. You're repelling the people that you do not want to talk to. You do not want to work with. Repel. And this is another thing. When you're secure when you're regulated and secure and safe in your body, you're able to show up authentically and speak your values, speak what you believe is true and stand firm on that. It doesn't matter like if they reject you. You got to get to a level where it's just like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Like, I'm still alive. I'm still safe. Like, and this is the work that I do with my clients. It's so beautiful to watch the transformation because it's like, sometimes, they'll come in timid and while working with me and helping them to break belief systems and belief blocks that are hindering them and hindering their visibility and their authenticity and hiding their voice, silencing their voice, it showcases how they really are able to connect internally with who they truly are, their divine identity, and be able to now showcase that unapologetically. All right. And so I love what I get to do. It's so powerful. All right. So now we're going to move on to the R, which is revenue flow. So in the third module, this is where we're actually setting up your simplified sales funnel. So you move from sporadic sales here and there, just piecing together one-off sessions or just like throwing these workshops out there, master classes out there, these quick little things to sporadic sales, just sporadic things, just you're throwing stuff out there, you're throwing spaghetti at the wall hoping something sticks. You don't have a solid framework. You don't have a solid premium offer. You don't have a North Star offer that you're leading everyone to. And so you're just out here, you're just throwing stuff, right? You're just throwing spaghetti at the wall. And so you want to move from sporadic sales to a simplified sales funnel that works in the background, creating consistent client flow. And so not only am I going to help you create your premium signature offer, but you're also going to create, there's 4 offers altogether that I've learned from coaching with my coach, Myron Golden. He taught 4 offers that every business should have. And so I go through, and by the end of the 6-month container, you're going to have those 4 offers. Okay. And so for consistent client flow. And so you want to make sure that you are building out a simplified sales funnel so that it's not, your clients are not jumping through hoops to work with you. It's simplified, right? It's something that you can keep up with consistently, even while balancing your 9 to 5, even while balancing your family. We find where it is, how can we fit this funnel into your life seamlessly? What is the top of funnel that actually works the best for you? That is ultimately what it is. It's like, what is your top of funnel going to be? And then after that, we streamline the middle of funnel and the bottom of funnel, right? But it's really like, okay, what's the top of funnel? What can you really show up and do consistently? And so we simplify your sales funnel so that it's just seamless for your 4-figure clients to come in, your premium clients to come in, to find you, to be nurtured by you, and to actually buy what it is that you have to offer, buy the transformation that you have to offer them. All right. And so it's so beautiful to set this up because I'm very big on building out a business model, a storm-proof business model that actually is feminine, right? We don't want to have to be striving consistently chasing clients. That is not what we do. We attract, we do not chase. We never ever chase. We don't have to, right? We show up, we make ourselves visible, and the people that are called to work with us, they're going to find us. The Bible says, my sheep know my voice. They are going to find us, but you have to speak. You have to show up. You got to market. You got to get visible, and you got to do the belief work that actually controls 95% of your actions. This is why I'm so obsessed with this, because it's like, you can know what to do and not do it. You can know exactly what to do. You can have all the strategies. And this is what sets me apart from a lot of coaches, is not because like I not only have the strategy, I have the blueprint for you. I have it all. But I understand, especially as a nurse turned business coach, I understand the structure and the anatomy and physiology of how God designed our bodies to function and how God designed our bodies to work. And so it's important to work with the way you've been designed to work. So you're working with yourself and not against yourself. And this is what I do inside of Business by Belief Accelerator with the Business by Belief Blueprint. And so, yeah, so that is the R. And so we're going to jump into the final letter, which is the M. And the M is mind-body regulation. And so here's where you're going to learn nervous system tools to stay grounded so sales calls and visibility don't trigger spirals. And so I remember there was a time in my business where I would get like, oh my gosh, this is why I do this work. Because when I had to do this work, my God, I'm going to share this really quick. So when I just started like coaching, when sales would be coming in, I would literally end up self-sabotaging because I'm like, okay, this person's going to want a refund because it's just coming in too soon, too easy. Because as a nurse, as a registered nurse, especially in the emergency department, oh man, I've had some stressful jobs, right? And so especially like showing, like just being as a nurse in the emergency department, you have to really be on your toes. It was very high stress. And so I subconsciously related large sum because I was making good money, right? I was making good money, especially during COVID. I was making 6 figures. So I was making good money, but it came with a higher level of stress, a high level of stress. And so my mind, my subconscious beliefs, I believed that for me to make good money or to make high levels of money would require more stress. And so my body just was used to that, especially growing up, seeing my mom work hard for money. Like I just equated hard work with money, right? And so you had to work hard, you had to hustle, you had to grind, you had to be highly stressed out. It couldn't come easily. Money doesn't come easily. And when I was doing what I loved and I was coaching and I would get these payments coming in, I remember these automatic payments. And I just remember thinking, like, oh my God, they're going to want a refund. Like, my mind would go there. Like, I would just be so paranoid that the money was going to stop and so I had to do this work. I had to do this work to be able to know that I am abundant. Abundance is my birthright. Like, prosperity is my portion. Wealth is my birthright. Like, as a believer, as a child of God, as a kingdom ambassador, like that is my portion. Prosperity is my portion. Jesus came and died so that I can have life more abundantly. When Adam and Eve were created, they were in a garden full of trees. And the trees, when they literally they had more than enough. They were surrounded by so much. Abundance is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. And so I had to regulate my mind. I had to do this work, mind-body regulation, and train my nervous system to know that when sales came in, it wasn't a trigger. There was nothing's gone wrong. Like, that is my norm. I had to normalize it for myself because I was so used to having to strive and grind and hustle to make money. And so when money started flowing in, I just was not comfortable. It felt very unsafe. And so this is why I'm so passionate about the work that I get to do, because I get to help my clients to get past a lot of these nervous system blocks with my SAFE protocol, with my root system. Oh my gosh. And so, I'm so excited. I literally created a custom GPT and it's for my clients. And I used it yesterday when I created it and I was so mind blown. I was just like, oh my God. Oh, I was so excited, so geeked. I cannot wait. Like these tools are literally going to shift lives, like no other, I'm telling you. And so now I'm in the midst of creating custom GPTs for like the modules in the Business by Belief Accelerator. And I'm telling you, it's going to be mind blowing. Like, if you thought this process was seamless before, listen, I think the price is going to have to go up because this is gold. Okay. And so that's what I have for you. That's how I've created a storm-proof business model. And for you, when you jump into the Business by Belief Accelerator, you're going to be able to do the same thing. And so I want to encourage you to just comment belief, and I'll send you the link to apply and secure your spot for the Business by Belief Accelerator before the price goes up, because it will be going up. And I want to encourage you to jump in and apply. If you're accepted, I would be glad to walk you through building out your storm-proof business model, and so that you can transition into coaching full time. And so we're going to go and do a quick recap. And so the storm-proof business model is, first and foremost, subconscious reprogramming, transformation anchored in framework, ongoing story selling, revenue flow, and mind-body regulation. You gotta regulate your nervous system, and it starts with your belief system. It starts with your subconscious mind, all right? Because your subconscious mind controls your automatic nervous system. And so I love, love, love this work. You no longer have to spiral. You no longer have to wonder, like, why am I doing what I don't want to do? Why am I sabotaging? Why am I self-sabotaging my business? Why do I feel like I'm chasing clients and not attracting them? Why do I feel like I'm spending hours away from my children, not just at work, but then my 5 to 9, I'm hustling, trying to get my business to flow. And it just doesn't seem like it's working. No longer will you have to wonder those things. Like, Business by Belief is the container, the 6-month container that you need to now have a well-oiled operating business that frees you from your 9 to 5 and allows you to be present and paid with your children in your purpose work. All right. So I love you guys. I pray this has been a blessing to you. I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the next step. I'll see you in the next live.